as a product of a lot of a female household, I think I could have used. Yeah, look what happens to me, dude. Look how soft I am. Yeah. I have no hair on my legs. It takes me forever to grow a mustache.
And he has toxic masculinity. He's always fighting all the time.
Yeah. And I could have used a lot more masculine energy growing up. I think.
Yeah.
No, like I think about that a lot actually.
I think I could have too, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. That's why we get along so well. All right, turn it off, dude. That's it, bro.
Welcome back to Careful Boys, where we are afraid of absolutely everything. And today, we would like to give unsolicited advice to a parent. And that unsolicited advice is ...
Oh.
Beat the fuck out of your kids, man.
That's great.
They're so stupid.
That's a good start.
Whoa.
Like, how hard? How hard would you beat them?
I do think that some people do not discipline their children correctly. So then everybody else is kind of like bothered.
Apparently, an open hand slap on the butt in California is okay.
Yeah.
That's the legality of things?
I think so.
Really?
I believe
Well,
so.
I mean, discipline could come in different ways, right? But there's parents that just like let their kids go fucking wild and they just sit there and don't do nothing.
Do you think it's because the parents are undisciplined?
I don't know, man. I don't know why. Like they'll just be crazy kids on flights and everyone's just looking and then the parents are just like, kids.
Some parents are kids still that still need to be parented, and then they have a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
So like it's tough because they don't even know how to like parent themselves yet, and then now they have something else they have to parent, which is tough.
I do think this is me from having high school kids working at my shop. There's a huge difference. You can see a major difference between kids that were like taught to do chores and like kind of like they had structure.
They're part of a family team.
Yeah, versus kids that like I think their parents did everything for them. So like one would be like a princess who doesn't know how to do basic shit, like wipe off a fridge correctly, use like a broom, like it's almost like they never touched it before because their parents did everything for them. And I think that it's like you don't set up your kids to like win in life at all because you do everything for them.
Is it that, or are they doing the husband cheat code of like, oh, how does it work? And then your wife's like, let me just do it. And then you're like
the kids are doing that and then the mom just does it for them. Well, they succumb to that manipulation. Like they're falling for it.
Or perhaps are they doing that to you in the store?
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they lose their job.
We make them like learn. Like what was shocking to me is like, so this is how I found out is you can't tell someone, oh, can you clean up that corner real quick? It has to be very specific. And what I realized is you don't know in the very beginning who has these skills and who don't. Like I thought everybody knew how to mop. I thought everybody knew how to clean a counter. Like basic shit, right? And I was so wrong because some of these kids that were like, their parents clean their room, their parents do everything for them, right? Might be their first job. And they literally don't know how to like wring out a rag and then wipe it down and make sure that there are no like streaks. Or like, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, and then they didn't know how to use a mop bucket. Like they didn't know how to like squeeze the mop out, wring it out. I was like, what? And then so without embarrassing them, I realized that in our training, what we need to do is just show them the example and you do it first. So you teach them how to, all right, make sure it's like this and you explain the thought process. It can't just be this, you gotta go under here, you gotta make sure the dust is clear, the handles, all that. And I was like, damn, dude, you gotta really like spell it out.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy because then like how much lower do you have to make sure the lowest common denominator the manual has to cater to?
That's why I think McDonald's is genius, dude.
Why?
Because they know how to train people that might not even know how to speak English. Like it's like it's everything is like so simple that you can get you can't expect everyone has common sense, I think.
So jumping back then to parenting, how does this now, how would you parent a kid to maybe progress them enough so that this isn't happening anymore?
Well, what we do for the kids that probably are not parented with life skills is like I try to not make it like a shameful experience, like you don't know fucking shit, dumbass, even though that's what I'm thinking. I give them the tutorial with thorough explanation, and if they don't get it right the next time, then I can tell them.
Got it. That they're dumb fucking. Dumb.
Yeah, I think as we get better at training too, I think we have to explain things correctly and communicate it right, and then not expect people to know. I think that's
Got it.
I do expect Taika to know though. Like there's some things where I think it's like you have to teach, it's impossible. It's no, I can be like, hey Taika, fucking go on fucking Facebook for me. He's not gonna know how to do those things. But I feel like once I start laying these things out, I expect him to connect the dots. Cause I'm not gonna be able to go there and go like this, cause then I'm just hand holding, right? So like now with Taika, I'm gonna go like if I see something I don't like, that's like I think he should know at his age. I'll look at it and I'll like, hey Taika, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to fix what I see wrong before you do 20 burpees. And he'll just see him like, and then out of the spastic thing, he fixes 10 things that are even like above what I talked about. I'm like, oh, you're really good at connecting the dots. So he'll like.
Did you ever go? That was 11 seconds.
But he'll like fix, like he's like putting caps on, you know. I'm like, oh, so you recognize there's a lot of shit that's fucked up here. It's just when you're in your kid mode, like everything is just like, you know, the fucking cup is on the edge. He's fucking swinging the fucking scissors around. Like he when he's in kid mode, he's oblivious. But then if I like smack him back into place, like you got 10 seconds to fix this picture right now. It's like boom, boom, boom. This is recycling bin. Fucking things are color coordinated all of a sudden. Like he'll fix it like real quick. And I'm like, oh shit.
Are you teaching him that exercise is punishment?
I think I am. And then it also backfires because in the middle of it, he'll be
he
like,
wants to do more.
he'll like, can I do 20 more burpees? I'm like, God damn it, you're not supposed to enjoy it.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
I actually think that's still parenting, even though he doesn't have to spell it out, right? Because he creates an environment where it's like there's an expectation to meet, and you're not doing it. Whereas like I'm telling you, dude, there's so many fucking people where their parents are not even existent.
Dude, they don't even give a shit.
It's either they do everything for them, or there's no like level of I expect this out of you. You need to get it done.
You're accountable for something.
Bro, like no, is so crazy. And I'm like, that's what I wish parents would do. Is like stop doing everything for them, stop like making it too easy. Just like at least have a bar and tell them to do it, so then they know that they gotta do it. It's on them. Like, and I don't even know how to really teach that. Because I'm only looking at it as a workplace, not from like a parent.
Yeah, like you see the result.
Yeah, I feel like that should be taught at home, and then you come to the workplace, and then like, you know, you're not learning it there. Yeah. I don't know.
What do you think, Ryan?
You know what's interesting is like, we didn't learn how to use computers from our parents. We just learned how to turn the thing on, and we figured everything else.
And we found Pornhub on our own.
That's the advice that I would give.
Yeah.
I don't have kids or nothing, but like my advice is that like because my parents had no idea about the internet and no idea what I was looking at. I saw some fucked up shit way too soon. Whatever that is for kids today, whether that's internet again or that's just something new, understand what that is and put some gates on that, whatever that is. Because that, I don't know what that is for the kids of today.
I love that.
Because if that's internet again, holy shit, it's probably even more wilder of a west than it was. Because like we saw some shit
true.
we
saw
should not
Lemon
have
Party.
seen.
Oh, I saw Lemon Party. I saw Lemon Party.
Grandpa sucking his own dick, dude.
No, Grandpa's sucking each other's dick.
Oh, sucking each
Like shock
Show me
factor
Lemon
shit.
Party, bro. I'll watch that.
You never seen Lemon
Oh,
Party?
watch that shit. I won't even yak once.
Have you ever seen Meat Spitters?
Oh yeah, because it's men. That's why.
You're not gonna care about Lemon Party. You'll care about Blue Waffle.
I've seen Blue Waffle. Easy. Fucking, I'll eat a sandwich.
Is Lemon Party still around?
Oh, they like
They took it down.
they scrubbed it pretty good.
They didn't pay for their GoDaddy.
That's cool. Don't worry about it. I guess we can't find it. Guess
To try to Google a picture of a lemon, this guy sucking each other's dick.
It goes straight to Adriana's insurance now.
What's the other one where the guy's sucking his own dick?
I don't know.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's my own advice.
Safe search off.
that's just based on like my childhood and how I knew I was getting away with everything. And even to this day, there's no reason for them to like go back and go, well, you were looking at what? It's like they missed that whole fucking thing, and it was years of like unsupervised use. So like whatever today's device or thing, like figure that shit out.
Yeah, that.
Okay, I found it.
Oh, good.
All right, here you go.
That's a classic.
Oh no.
They didn't have the Santa hats on.
Oh my, what the?
Someone put Santa hats on?
That's not that bad at all. That's cake, dude. Looks like me and Anthony's Friday night. Am I right, bud?
Have you seen Tub Girl?
Huh?
The Santa hats.
Tub Girl.
Oh, Tub Girl's a classic.
The one she's covered in shit? She's in her own shit.
All-time classic.
Is that the one?
I just can't get you.
What about you, Anthony?
I'm in.
I like how someone's gonna click this parenting video, hoping that maybe they'll learn a thing or two, and all they learn about is the lazy workforce and a fucking.
And they have to take their kids out of the room.
Yeah.
They're just getting porn suggestions.
That's what you get.
What about those dudes that are like, yo, I've been watching JK since I was 9 years old.
Oh my god.
Where were their parents? What the fuck?
Yeah, their parents should have been supervising the internet.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude.
Oh, I have advice I could give myself because I'm such a fucking pussy ass dad. Sometimes I'll like lay out the rule and the consequence because I want him to know structure and everything. And then like midway through like the consequence, I like soften the blow a little bit, and I'm like, come on, fucking pussy. And I wish I could like really stick to it because it's like.
Were you gonna laugh?
So the advice is to stick to it. Don't pussify.
Because it's like you gotta think about like what you're doing in the moment actually doesn't matter. The effects are gonna come 10, 20 years later.
Compounding, yeah.
You know? So like I forgot
You gotta compound the pounds.
Yeah, so I forgot what it was where it's like me and Gio were like telling Taika something, if this happens again, like I forgot, like we are not gonna get ice cream tonight or something, whatever. And then
You softened the blow on not getting ice cream tonight?
You punished yourself because you wanted ice cream?
I'm just giving an example. I forgot what it was. And then he's like, okay, cool. You see the remorse, he's changing, and then the rest of the night, he like fucking crushes it, does everything he's supposed to do, homework, jujitsu, whatever, right? And then so like me and Joe like, dude, should we just go take him to get the ice cream? And then Grandma was like, no. And I'm like, oh, thank God one of us was fucking has like a sticking to the standard because you can see where like
Someone still has integrity.
yeah, and that way they know like you can't fuck up and then be good temporarily, and then now like the world is gonna bend.
It washes away.
Yeah. And he obviously he doesn't know. He's just. But if we like as the parents, we're creating the tracks, you know. So like he's just the car that's moving down. And if we make a really soft track at the end, when he becomes 15, he's like, fuck, I'm fucking entitled because of you guys. So just like kind of keeping that in mind, like everything we're doing now is like stick to it. Like if we said something, if as much as it hurts us emotionally, you gotta stick to it so that he knows the rules are like this, you know?
You're doing them.
The consequences are real.
My biggest thing is like your kids aren't like your kids aren't my kids. So your kid's not like the gift that God gave everybody and shit.
Yeah.
So like when he's jumping on my fucking bed, I don't think it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. I just want your kid to not jump on my fucking bed.
Especially if it's someone else's bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Or
what
like,
he's saying, yeah. You're talking about like kids going to your house and jumping on your shit?
yeah, jumping on my shit. And it's like, why are you fucking jumping on my shit? And I'm like, oh, I don't find it cute. Like the parents like, hey, this is great. They're just so cute. Look at them, they're all so cute. And I'm like, no, they need to not jump on my fucking bed because I don't even think they're cute at all now. Yeah. Like I wish that the storybooks were real, and then an old witch would eat them in a.
Keep jumping on my bed, dude, with your shoes on.
Yeah, you little shits. But these people just think their kids are just the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to choke the shit out of this little fucking teen. Because first off, he was in first class. And I just don't believe that should be happening.
You gotta sit in the back, my boy.
Kids in first class?
Yeah. Well, like, he was probably like 16 or something, right?
You should be where you store the luggage.
Yeah.
Exactly, with the chickens.
Under the plane.
So he's with his parents, right? We're on the same row. And then this motherfucker waits till we're taking off to go to the bathroom. This fucking plane is lifting off. He had so much time. He takes off his thing. The flight attendant, he's like, where do you think you're going? And then he's all like, well, I have to go to the bathroom. He goes, oh, sit back down. The thing's on. And he goes, we're not ready yet. You can't go up. And then so he gets back down. He pouts and he's like complaining to his dad and shit. And then he goes, I need to go. And his dad's just like, oh, just hold it. And then he's like, I have to go. And then he's like pouting and shit, right? And his dad's just like, well, don't let him see you. Yeah. And I'm all like, I would fuck your whole family up right now. Yeah. And then the flight attendant had to deal with like an emergency. So in the mid takeoff thing, he gets up, he leaves, and then he fucking looks around the corner and he bolts through and goes into the bathroom, takes a piss, comes back out. And I was just like,
hope he spilled everywhere, dude.
I was like, dude, this is how they teach why these fucking kids grow up all entitled.
Yeah. We had a parent like that at jiu-jitsu. So jiu-jitsu, they try to teach it as a team, right?
Let me tell you about
that. If they fuck up, everyone's doing push-ups. Like, they don't even care. Like, if there's like this whole group's talking, all 5 are doing push-ups, right? So there's one time where all these kids are like doing push-ups, and the dad goes up to his kid, you don't have to do the push-ups. You did nothing wrong. Boom. And I'm like, your kid is gonna get beat up so bad when he's fucking in high school. Because he's gonna be the, not me.
I'm not on the team.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? But I'm glad he's not there anymore. But I was like,
that makes me want to fuck up the dad.
Yeah. Is that a surprise that he didn't stick around? That's not a surprise, right?
No, it's not. But I was like, fucking bitch, dude.
Doesn't that make you want to grab his dad's ear and pull it and go, now you gotta do push-ups?
Good dude.
Does the dad train?
Like,
of course he doesn't train.
Yeah. No, people do this shit that their kid's like the anointed one and shit. My kid's the fucking second coming of Christ.
He's special.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, you know, like you gotta realize that not everyone cares. And not everyone thinks. Yeah. And by the way, oh, my kid's like, you know, it's really crazy because like he's already learning the ABCs and like he's just way ahead. And it's like, your kid, I know how to do algebra.
Yeah. If your kid can do algebra and he's 7 years old, then you could be like, oh, he's
I'm not blowing the fuck away that your kid knows how to say fucking cats. Alright?
When I was coaching jiu-jitsu class for kids, because we give the kids like stripes as like a way of like, okay, progression. It's a sign of like, hey, you know, these amount of techniques, you've been showing up consistently, you've been working hard. So it's like, okay, this is like a reward thing. It's earned. It's not something we just give out just because you're there or whatever, right? But there's one parent, she would bring his kid, and the mom was so annoying, dude. Just like, she was a pain in the ass. And she would bring her kid like once a month maybe, right? And then all the other kids got promoted, and then she's like, how come my son didn't get promoted? This kid doesn't really listen that well. He doesn't really pay attention.
So it should be clear why, yeah?
Yeah, and he doesn't show up consistently. So it's like, how is he going to understand the moves if he doesn't show up consistently? This is not something you just do once a week and then says, all right, that's it. So she like complains about like, well, he's been working really hard and he's been doing such a good job. He should get these stripes, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, think about what you're teaching your kid to be that entitlement, because I think my kid is so special, but in reality it's like,
didn't put the work in.
Well, it's not even, it's that too, but it's also like jiu-jitsu's not about getting stripes, bro. It's about being able to defend yourself and be competent in these skill sets so you can be able to like
kick ass.
Exactly. And if you don't have that, why are we gonna give this kid a stripe? It's only doing him a disservice.
And take him to Taekwondo.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, he sees his friends getting stripes and he's not getting stripes. Don't you think that'll help him like be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll start working a little bit harder. Maybe I'll do a little bit more. Yeah. But the mom is like, I'm fucking writing an email. I'm complaining. And I'm gonna threaten this business. And write like bad reviews, and then you're like, oh, so you're the fucking problem. Yeah. You know, like this lady, dude. Yeah. But it just happens. Yeah. She should take her kid away. Someone should take her kid away.
This is like, I started seeing more about this. I don't know if this would be like major offensive to everybody, but like, is it, I was reading something about how like damaging it is for young boys to be around too much feminine energy.
I think that could be potentially true.
I think kids.
I think you need a balance, no?
Everything.
Yeah.
They need because you know we in most of history we were in like a very diverse age society, like with grandparents and other kids our age. But now we're very like factory assembly line where we're in our group's generation up until we like die.
Because I was reading something that showed
like every age, you know.
It showed a statistic showing that like 70-something% of the teachers they will have as they grow older are going to be women. So that's already a large chunk of their time and what they're learning. And then if their dad's not around as much, then that's almost 100% influenced by like women.
As a product of a lot of a female household, I think I could have used. Yeah, look what happens to me, dude. Look how soft I am. Yeah. I have no hair on my legs. It takes me forever to grow a mustache.
And he has toxic masculinity. He's always fighting all the time.
Shaving his leg to get his tattoo, we couldn't tell which one he shaved.
Yeah. And I could have used a lot more masculine energy growing up. I think.
Yeah.
No, like I think about that a lot actually.
I think I could have too, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. That's why we get along so well. All right, turn it off, dude. That's it, bro.
I would like to share one thing, and I only got this because Nina's a doc of occupational therapy, and I would say in terms of unsolicited parental advice that
It's a little Laurel and Hardy bit. That's all.
well, he was talking about Junbi for like half an hour.
I think it applies.
I would say
We gotta
that
back up here.
I had to plug in my business.
parents probably should not have too much pride or fear of like maybe having their kids take advantage of like government funded developmentally delayed programs early, because there's a lot of times where kids will have developmental delays and they might just be like, oh, let me just give them more time, or they might be concerned but not want to say anything, you know what I mean? And it's like there's a lot of programs that the government is already paying for it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, take your kid in and get an assessment and just see if like they could get speech therapy, they can get like, some
more resources.
Exactly, it's already there, but there's a lot of times that people have pride and they don't want to do something, and then it's a little bit late. And if you would have just brought your kid 6 months in earlier or something like that, it could be a huge difference.
Dude, if my kids aren't even then I'm gonna start doing that shit.
You should.
Yeah, it's like, I insist. No, he needs help. Free service. Fucking put him in there. Hooked on phonics, baby.
It's already there, so.
I like what Joe was saying about Junbi a lot more.
Can you say it again?
These kids don't know how to mop.